Hey, what's up? We're back on Spotify with Stefs Strong. So the next guest is super special, Brandon of No Silence. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So he's super special, you guys, because we dated in like fifth grade, like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, three.
Like that's crazy. I think I might have like held your hand once. Like that was the extent of the
No,
relation, but that was a
I
big deal.
totally, I think you're like the first girl I ever kissed. I think like I kissed you through your parents' gate. Like I remember Josh and like, fuck, who else was there? I think like Stephanie Gerardo was there.
I think you're my first kiss too, but I forgot about that. I've just done a lot of drugs. But you just made me remember how special that was. I couldn't because my mom did that stupid black gate. She wouldn't let me out a lot. And so we kissed through the gate.
Just
So
one time.
cute. Dude, that is like that's like lyrics right there. That's like punk rock lyrics.
Or write a song about that. Yeah, I totally remember that. And you always like called your like dad by his name. You were like the first
Steve.
person. Yeah, Steve. You're like, hey,
Yeah.
Steve. And I was always like, why the fuck is she calling Steve and not dad?
Yeah, later down the road, I read a lot of psychology. That's not good. That's not a good sign that he sucks. So no, do you know what I remember that stands out a lot is we were begging to have a slumber party. It was like Josh Peralt, you, me, and my best friend Gigi, and the four of us were over at Josh and Justin's. I love their skating area, the billiard room with all the hot chicks that were naked in the garage posters.
Oh,
Such
that's
a cool.
right.
You know how
Yeah,
sick that
dude.
house was? And like, but we
Dude,
were begging for a slumber party and we're like, we promise nothing will happen. We were like 10 or 11. And that is so nuts. I'm glad they didn't let us do that.
yeah, because I don't know, who knows, but dude, his parents were like they partied. Like I remember that garage. Like they were like definitely in like party mode. They always had like they were always drinking, like fucking playing pool and shit. Like
So that's me now. I'm that parent that's always
that's what's up
partying
though.
and yeah, I love it. All the
Because like
kids are at my house.
I like literally lived over there, and I remember this one time my mom was like, "Hey, like, why do you always like want to stay over there?" I was like, "Oh, they're like I don't know. They always like eat dinner together, and like they always have dinner. Like I feel hella bad, like looking back at it now. My mom probably like felt kind of bad, but dude, yeah, those were like good times because Stephanie lived right across the street from me, right?
Yes, I
Yeah,
love
Steph.
Stephanie Gerardo. I loved Matt Phillips, was my bro. He was always like the bouncer dude. And I had Larry Harbin. Honestly, Amberleaf Way, and then whatever that street was Josh was on, because I had Nick Eric Caldy there too, was like
Oh,
the
yeah,
cool
Nick.
fun kids, that were laid
Yeah,
back and
Nick Eric Holdy. What was his brother's name? Nick John. I
John.
think his brother John, and then like Mike Rafinha. Damn, that was a straight like block right there.
No, it was like I could go around the block, and then my best friend G too was on Maple. It was all like leaf names, and those leaf name like six streets were like the fun kids. I could just walk the dogs and be like, "Oh shit, there's some." You guys would have a half pipe set up. You'd have like grinding, and
We were fucking yeah.
you're a really good skater. You're phenomenal. Are you still doing
Yeah.
it?
No, man. Okay, it's like crazy because like I was doing it and then I started getting on like big companies and then I would fucking get hurt all the time. And then when I was
Yeah.
like 20 or like 19 or something like that, I started playing guitar because I had a broken foot. And then I was like, ah, fuck guitar. And then started skating more and then I got fucking hurt really bad, like cliff jumping. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll just play guitar.
You cliff jumped?
Dude, it was so stupid. It was like off maybe like a 25-foot cliff into like 3 foot water. But there was just a bunch of people around where everyone was doing flips. And I just like was doing something and like over rotated. And when I went in the water, my foot hit the bottom and I was still rotating. And I just heard the gnarliest like crunch. But
Oh my god.
dude, it
How
sucked.
long were
But
you
yeah, that's
out
like
for?
what?
How long were you out for when that happened?
Oh, oh, a long time. Because God, like over a year. But by that time, I'd already like started playing in bands and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, like I can't skate anywhere near like what I used to be able to, and then just kind of yeah, I just did the band thing. Did you know Spencer Landcastle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was like he like came over to my house because we grew up together and then I didn't see him for a long time. Then he came over and had like long hair and shit. And he's like, dude, you'd be perfect to be in a band with. And I was like, all right, yeah, sure. And I'd been playing guitar for like a year. And then I just started joining bands with like dudes that had been playing for like 10 years. It was so like uncomfortable for me at first, but then yeah, that just kind of like ended up becoming like my life after
Well, that's
skateboarding.
great. You're multi-talented. You're an incredible skater. You're a great guitar player. So how did you join No Silence? How did that come about?
So I started No Silence, and because I was doing like bands before then, they would always like get to this point where it was like, okay, it's right there. But then like the people I needed to like really step up just didn't seem like it was their thing. Because the last band I had was Pain and Chaos, and then we did a show with Still Panther, and then out in actually in your neck of the woods, the Roxy in Hollywood, we did a show with them, and then they're like, hey, you want to do a show with us in Vegas? And dude, the guitar player Joe and I were like so down, and then just others weren't, and I was like, okay. And then year went by, and then just put together No Silence. Yeah, I just started that with hmm, basically the drummer I played with. Yeah, him and I started it, and then just like got the right group of guys, and then kind of like was the sound like I always wanted. It was like more commercial, but like heavier. But like we would like dress up, put the fucking black makeup on and shit like that, just to
I
like
like
give something,
that.
you know? Like yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I mean, I don't know. I played in bands for years where they're just like wear whatever, but like now it's like an actual like gig, like an actual get down and stuff like that. And I I don't know. I don't really like putting on the makeup, but I think it looks cool.
I think it's a whole vibe, and you guys got to stand out
Absolutely.
nowadays. There's so many bands, you know. So and you guys look
Yeah.
kind of alike, almost military vibe. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
that you're all together.
Yeah, and probably just like take it a little bit more serious and stuff like that too. So, but yeah.
Yeah. Are you coming to Aftershock? And No Silence needs to play Aftershock one year.
Well, I think there's some like stuff in store. We met. I can't like say too much, but we had a meeting with an AR about 2 weeks ago up north, and then so we'll kind of see like because they were like we got a song that hit 1 million views, and then
Nice.
so we've been having some people like take interest and stuff. It's crazy how like nowadays like everything's like fucking about streams. You know,
Yes.
it's like yeah, it's so weird.
It's about views and numbers and being online. So I just got interested a year ago when I started this side podcast about TikTok stars. Like there's artists on TikTok that have never
dude,
toured and never sold an album, and they're making a
dude,
lot of money going live on TikTok and stuff.
dude,
It's
it's crazy. So
crazy.
my guitar player, you gotta do one with him, Joe. They call him Hyde. He's like a TikTok star. It's fucking crazy, dude. Like when we're on the last tour we're on, it's like we're in like fucking New Mexico, walking downtown, and like little girls are like, "Oh my god, it's you!" Like it's like, damn, dude, you're
Yeah.
like TikTok star.
I think it's cute though. It's cool that this is the thing, you know, and at least he's in a real band. I'm saying my like confusion about it is I've had a couple people by the show that are not in a real band and they don't
dude,
leave their basement and they're kind of famous making money. It's crazy.
dude, it's crazy. And like, I don't know, I was always against that because there's people in our area that do that, and they'll like make it look like they're bigger than what they are, and like they're just like
Yeah.
living this like rock and roll lifestyle, and it's like, bro, you guys never even played a fucking show, but it's like crazy because
Yeah.
it could be like that now.
Yes.
I
And
totally
it's
know
like,
what you
no,
mean,
I know you live with your parents, dude, and you don't even have a car.
dude.
And they're just like, living the dream, man, rock star. And it's like, no.
Nah, dude. But I think that like there's still like a lot of bands like doing it like that. I think it's like important to like get out there, get in the van, and fucking like go around and like I think like people and fans and stuff like that, they can like sense that camaraderie. They can like sense when it's like, okay, this is a real rock band, like versus
When it's
like
legit.
a real
Yeah.
fucking TikTok band.
Yeah, it's the thing. Okay, so I was listening to a lot of the music on Spotify recently, and I liked Freak Show and Betrayed. Out of those
Oh
two, which
yeah.
one do you like better?
Oh. So when I was like writing a lot of the music, like in the beginning, like the singer and I, it was like very on the nose. We weren't trying to like be very intricate with the music. It was more just like lyric basis. Try because when I put the band together, I wanted to have like smashy riffs, not crazy ones, just smashy, and like sing along type of hooks. So uh, I think Freak Show, if you like really listen to the lyrics, it's definitely like a song about like the outcasts. And like,
Yeah,
it's like, hey, we're your people, like coming to the freak show. Like you can be yourself, be a fucking weirdo. Because a lot of our fans are definitely like, they're definitely like kind of more like outcasts, just
yeah.
kind of like. And so yeah, but yeah, I'd say freak show.
That's common, and I love that the metal and rock community has accepted me. I've always been kinda unique or weird or off, and I feel at home with everyone in the crowd when we're rocking out and, not judged
Yeah,
at all.
it's crazy because when we were younger, you were always like very just how you are now. You're really outgoing. Like you were always because you were a dancer too, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
tap, jazz, ballet, and then I went to the pole. I went full on in Hollywood dancing, so, you gotta take those ballet skills to another genre
Yeah,
sometimes.
it makes some cash.
Yeah, it was raining in LA. That was
So
not,
when were you out there? Like when were you living out there? Like what years?
2008 to 2014, but then I took a little break to go to Austin, Texas. I went for South by Southwest and didn't come home, so, like that and then a little Texas break.
Yeah, because Spencer was living with Andy Dick, and so I went over there and stayed with him for a little bit. Have you ever hung out with Andy Dick?
No, I haven't.
Dude, you don't
Crazy.
really want to. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's like crazy because he was like not really like a huge celebrity, like a desired celebrity that people like, but like he was like famous enough that people wanted to hang out with him, and it was just crazy, dude. Like living over there, like dude, he just have people in and out, just like buying them all kinds of like like just well, you can say whatever, just a bunch of cokeheads and like drinkers and dude, yeah, that
Yeah.
was like, definitely crazy. It was like a
I
very
did
interesting.
hang out with Andy Milonakis though, 2
Oh, how
nights.
cool,
We met outside the Roxy, and he invited us to his after party, and he was really cool, and he gets down. That guy is wild. I don't
dude.
know.
I
I
bet. I
I
feel like
didn't
you and
hit
him
it.
would get along really well.
Yes, we're both, like, no fucks given
Yeah,
weirdos that wanna do skit
yeah,
comedy, and we don't care how crazy it goes. Yeah.
that's so sick. Yeah, so the first time I went and played in Hollywood was probably yeah, like maybe like 2011.
I
But I
wish we
remember
were
like
more connected during I know, like, we lost
dude,
connection for a long time, and then I
I
was like,
know.
"Holy shit, that's Brandon Yamashita. I gotta fucking see what he's doing and what he's up
I
to
don't
and check out your
I
band."
don't know like how like I didn't like yeah, because when did we like reconnect?
I
It
know
was
I
like
hit
at a
you up.
show,
I got
wasn't it?
back to NorCal around 2014, 2015, and I remember, like, hitting up people in NorCal, but then I had a baby too, so I was hella busy, with young kids. They're finally, like, on their own, older and more, mature, so that's why I was able to kinda get back into the music scene and have time to
Yeah.
do shit, but I was deep in motherhood with 2 kids for a while, so that was my, like, m where my head was at, you know?
Yeah. Because I
Um,
remember we hung out in I want to say Modesto.
that's what was it a show?
Yeah. I want to say we had played with Trapped maybe or
Oh my
something.
god, I
It
love
was,
trap.
it was this band I had called Hit and Run.
I
But I
remember the
remember
name of the
vaguely
band.
like yeah, or maybe were we playing with Unwritten Law? I don't even remember. But I
I
just
love them
remember
too.
we were yeah, we were like hanging out and because we were with a bunch of people, then we went to this like sketchy gas station, kind of like in the ghetto, and then we were at a hotel, and then dude, I you like disappeared, I think, and
Sounds
I
about
remember
right.
I think it was around when you had just met that dude. I think it's
Which one?
Chris.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
married him. That was one of my I have 2 ex-husbands now. I love them.
yeah, and I heard through the grapevine he was like kind of like kind of like kind of like pissed at me because he thought I was like hooking up with you or something like that, and it was like totally not
Oh,
the
I
case.
wish. No, you're so hot. I feel like I just crush on you from afar though. Like, I can
It
only make
was
out
so
with you
sweet.
in between a gate, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah, there
allowed
you go.
to,
Yeah,
like
yeah. Keep it gay.
yeah, yeah. I feel like every guy, if they saw you hanging out with their girl, would be like, "Fuck no, man. Get that guy away from my chick. He's too hot,"
Yeah,
you
right.
know? I get it.
So you're so funny. But
So,
yeah, that
dude,
was like
okay.
that's and then after that, dude, I just like I would like randomly see you online and stuff like that. But yeah, it's crazy because like I feel like we're so much alike, but I've only like seen you like twice in the last like 30 years.
I know, and I used to, like, sit on the curb and just drool over you skating. Like, I wanted to get these squash skates because, like, you thought they were cool, and so I was like, "I need to get these certain skates because Brandon talked about them in, like, 5th grade." And I
That's so
wanted to, like,
funny.
try to skate and be cool, but I didn't know what I was doing. I just
That's
felt.
so
But that
sick.
yeah, that's what I remember. And then, like, there was, like, a church that did, like, a Century church that did skate nights, and I wanted to go, and they would play POD, and,
Yeah.
like, you would skate, and I would be like, "Oh my gosh, he's so hot." I remember that.
Dude, Lodi's a trip, man. Like after Lodi, my mom and my Asian dad divorced, and then like we just moved around everywhere, and then we ended up in Ripon, which was like such a culture shock. Where did you go to high school? Did you go to Lodi High or Tokay?
Tokay. I went to Tokay.
Yeah, I went to
Yeah.
Tokay for like 1 year, and then I moved. But Lodi definitely had some like culture compared to some of these towns. It was kind of a little rough
I
compared
liked
to
Lodi. I liked
yeah.
Lodi a lot. Like, I have good memories growing up in Lodi,
Yeah, me
you
too. Like
know?
it was definitely fun, but like a lot of people I grew up with, they're it's crazy like how the drugs like hit the community like so
We
bad.
had the pills were really bad in Lodi because now that I've been out and I've just talked to so many people in other cities, they didn't have we had, like, a Vicodin, Percocet, we just had a huge pill problem. They were everywhere at every party.
Yeah, and I used to like kick it with somebody who started bringing the like oxycontins into Lodi, and I feel like when
Yeah.
the oxycontins hit, it just like destroyed so much. It's crazy. Like I see people like I went to school with, they're just like so like I don't know, turfed out. They're just it's pretty unfortunate. Yeah, Lodi's pretty turfy, dude.
I had a boyfriend that was great, and he went to Lodi High and he got into Oxy really hard. He started falling asleep while we were having conversations. And I was like, well, I can't stay with you. But I tried all of that and I've never got into it. Thank God. Like, I've never been super into drugs. It's been one of those, like, if it's at the party, maybe try a little bit. But my drug of choice is men, completely.
Yeah.
Like, I have a problem. That's
Yeah,
where I,
mine was like women. Because I
yeah,
never got into drugs either. Like I just
yeah,
like it didn't work with me. I didn't like the way they felt. And then just
yeah.
growing up around it too, like seeing it what it did to my family and stuff like that. But yeah, I never got into it either.
Yeah, I like to be in control for the most part, and, like, I'll drink. I love, drinking, like, at dancing last night, but, I love hot dudes and chasing hot famous dudes. That is my drug of choice. I would do
I
that.
love it.
Yeah. Okay,
Who's
so
like
who was oh, sorry, what? Uh-oh,
go,
juice?
go ahead.
I was gonna
What?
say, who's your favorite guitarist, but you were gonna ask me who's, like, the guitarist that's most well known that I fucked, or what?
Dude, see, we just know each other so well. Let me guess. Mm, I
Uh
feel like you hooked up with Tracy Guns. Did you hook up with Tracy?
I didn't. I,
Oh.
dated Scotty Griffin of LA Guns. I'd say, though, the most well-known has been Joey Jordison, the Slipknot. We lived together for a year, and then Jake of Black Veil Brides, we were together for 4 months, and then Joey of NSYNC, though, is probably the most, like, well-known throughout the world out of the metal scene, but we met at a Steel Panther show because he's a huge Steel Panther fan, so that
Yeah.
I don't like NSYNC. I wasn't, like, an NSYNC fan. I don't
It's
know.
like, good, I'll just tap you. It's all good.
Yeah, you gotta hit it. When it's someone that was in sync, like, you can't not hit it,
Yeah, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. The guy I'm talking to right now, I can't say, but is, like, probably the biggest. It's crazy. I can't say, but I
Yeah,
hope that
text me later.
yeah, I hope it comes out. I'll say that. Okay, anyway, so my turn. So wait, who's your favorite guitar player? Like, how that kinda got you into guitar, you looked up as an idol?
God, I don't even know. Maybe like Dimebag. Maybe like Dimebag, Daryl, like him, and maybe like Slash. Because like I said, I didn't grow up playing music. I was a skateboarder and boxed and just like I did shit like that. And so I was like a late bloomer to it. But I remember when I first heard Skid Row, 18 in Life, I was like very intrigued by that style of music. And then I just went down the fucking rabbit hole, like Rat, Motley, like all those bands. But I would have to say like probably Dimebag Daryl, like just something about him like made me want to play guitar. Same with Slash. They're just like they just look so cool doing it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, can we do random fun questions?
Go for it.
Okay. And, like, or this or that, so you can choose one or the other. Okay, Rugrats or Legends of the Hidden
Dude,
Temple?
Rugrats. Like I don't even need. That's so funny you say that. That was like probably like my favorite cartoon as a kid.
because I met you as a kid, so I was like, I have some kid questions.
Yeah, Rugrats.
Okay, Power Rangers or Ren and Stimpy?
Ren and Stimpy.
I think it was a stoner show, to be honest.
That show's so crazy. Like I actually watched a little bit of it maybe like a few years back, and I was like, this show's kind of fucking cracked out. But yeah, Ren and Stimpy for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it was for kids. Um,
Not
CKY or yeah, CKY or POD?
oh man, I'd probably have to say like the videos, the CKY videos were the shit. But like I wasn't too like I'd say POD for sure. Yeah, music wise,
Yeah,
they're a
you
really
know
good
you
band. We've played with them a few times.
I agree, and I saw you've been with Head PE and Wednesday 13. I love all those guys.
Oh yeah,
I love the videos of CKY and the BAM Viva La BAM culture, but I never got
yeah.
into CKY's music as much.
Yeah, it's funny because I was like listening to this thing. He actually started doing those videos to promote the band, but then the fucking video is just like, yeah, promoted Bam.
Yeah, they blew up.
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
Nirvana or Green Day?
On Nirvana for sure. I like I people are probably gonna be so mad. I can't stand Green Day. I don't know. I
Me
just
too.
never been into them. Yeah.
Me
I
too.
don't know. Nothing against them. Like much respect for what they did. I mean, obviously they're massive, but yeah, I just never was into them.
It's not my vibe. It's not my vibe.
Yeah.
No Doubt or Hole?
Whole. Yeah,
Courtney Love, baby.
I think she's fucking amazing. I've always thought she was so rad. Like
We would work
her
out
like
then. I'm a hot mess too. That's good.
yeah, man, I was like, I relate way too much to this. Like, but no, I always thought she was like really like the way she went about like composing music, writing. I thought her lyric contexts were like really good too. Like she's sick, man. Yeah, for sure. Whole.
Okay, this is a skater one because you're my skater boy. Sure Grip or Roller Derby?
Say that again.
Sure Grip or Roller Derby?
What the fuck is Sure Grip?
I guess they were the brands that were the top in the early 90s. That's what I Googled.
Dude, I
I
never
don't
heard
know.
of any of those.
Damn. Okay, what was like your favorite skates that you used?
Are you talking about rollerblades or skateboarding?
I don't know. I think rollerblades. I think I put in top
Rollerblades. Yeah, because everyone
roller.
was rollerblading around that time too. Probably like I can't remember their name. Rosie's.
Okay,
Arcade
that was a
arcade
thing.
tubes. Yeah.
Did you ever date a skater girl?
No, I hung out with like a couple pro ones, but never like dated any of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
They didn't like there wasn't a lot of like pro chicks when I was like coming up in the skate world. Like they're just nowadays they're like everywhere. Like they're yeah, the woman's like skate stuff is definitely like very much alive.
I saw Tony Hawk's gonna release a new video game, so that's really cool.
More millions for him.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so dude, thank you seriously, Brandon, for coming by. Is there anything you want to tell us more about, like you individually, or No Silence, or what's coming up for the band?
Yeah, we're shooting a new music video in about 3 weeks. And then we should be dropping some news as far as label development and stuff like that. So yeah, that's about it right now.
Sweet. We'll stay tuned and tag you. But thank you so much, dude, for stopping by. And it was great catching up with you.
You too. Fucking love you, Steph.
I love you.